Only 11% of customers believe a salesperson truly understands their needs. If you want to set yourself apart, I'm sharing 5 simple habits of top salespeople that keep them ahead of the game. With nearly 25 years of experience in sales and almost a decade as the highest producing rep at my current company, I've mastered what it takes to succeed. My name is Adnan, and I'm here to share what works. Point number 1 is being upbeat. Back in the day, we were trained to be overly enthusiastic and excited, and that normally comes across disingenuous. Being upbeat and positive is a new progression to the old school enthusiasm that works much better. It starts with developing small habits. For example, when someone asks you how you're doing, instead of saying good, practice smiling naturally and saying something like, "Fantastic, I'm doing amazing, how about you?" The opening question shouldn't be treated as a quick back and forth common pleasantries. It's nice to spice it up with more descriptive response and make a more positive first impression. I have this one thing that I always love asking all my clients: how do you like your job? The answers always surprise me. I'd say 90% of the people respond with something like, "It pays the bills," or "I gotta do what I gotta do." That made me realize that I needed to change my response to that question. When someone asked me about my job, I would be mindful and I'd respond by saying, "I love my job. It doesn't even feel like work. I get to help people, talk to amazing clients. It really is a dream job." You see, speaking the language of hope and positivity is something we have to focus on. It takes a little bit of practice, but in the end, it is definitely worth it. When you focus on being the source of happiness instead of trying to extract it from others, you become a magnet for amazing experiences in your life. Point number 2 is being resilient. Overcoming the fear of rejection is one of the biggest challenges for new salespeople. If you can master resilience, it'll change your destiny. A simple way to start building resilience is through physical exercise. A stronger body leads to a stronger mind, which helps you handle rejection with confidence. Another way to strengthen your resilience is to turn rejection into a game. Practice keeping a slight smile on your face during tough conversations. Be mindful of the physical reactions like flushing or nervousness and learn to manage them. For me personally, breathing exercises and meditation have been key. They've helped me stay cool, calm, and collected during back and forth negotiations. Also, do keep in mind that resilience isn't about applying pressure. It's about staying composed and asking better questions. Think of it like peeling back the layers of an onion. If you're only peeling back 1 or 2 layers, there's still more to uncover. And the deeper you go, the stronger your understanding and your chances of success. That brings you to my next point, which is point number 3, question-based selling. I can honestly pinpoint the turning point in my sales career. Many years ago, I was going through very tough back-to-back months of no sales, no money coming in. I knew my product inside out, but none of my prospects cared about how much I knew. Until my mentor said, "Stop pitching and start asking better questions." That simple shift in approach started getting me more sales instantly. I started asking the prospects stuff like, "How long have you been dealing with this issue? What have you done so far to fix it? Who referred you to us?" Even if your lead isn't a referral, asking builds connection and trust. Over the years, I started asking the top performers in my field what questions they ask, and I wrote them down. I adapted them to my style and kept tweaking them based on the answers I received. You have to put these type of things on paper. If you don't put them on paper, things always slip through your mind, or we might know a lot of things, but once you put stuff on paper, That's when you'll see that you can truly remember it and apply it. So now I'm at a point where I'm not even trying to sell anyone anything. I'm focused on understanding their situation. Once you truly understand your prospect, the sale becomes a natural next step. That's a great segue into my next point. Point number 4, focus on solving the problem. Solving a problem sounds simple, but many salespeople miss the mark. They focus on pushing the features of their product's reputation instead of addressing the customer's pain points. I've made this mistake myself. I used to go straight into how great my product and my company were. And in the end, all that does is just confuses your customer. And it always ends up with, I need to think about it. That is the end result. The truth is, your clients don't care about the features, they care about solutions. Your job is to identify their problem and show them how you can fix it. I've learned that when I simplify the message and tailor it to the customer's needs, the sale just naturally happens. That's just the natural next step which will happen. Customers don't buy because you have the best product. They buy because they trust you to solve their problem. That brings me to my last and final point. Point number 5, develop emotional intelligence. We all follow some type of a sales process, but there are times when your client just isn't receptive. Maybe they seem distracted or their tone changes. Emotional intelligence is about recognizing those moments and adapting. Instead of forcing through your process, don't be afraid to slow it down and ask them, if there's anything that's not making sense. Or, I've been guilty of this with all my experience as well, of just pushing through a pitch, knowing I'd already lost the customer when they heard the cost. I've learned now to pause and connect with the customer on a human level instead of staying strictly business. Don't be afraid in those cases to completely deviate from your sales process and go off script. It's about being aware of those subtle changes in body language, tone of voice, or the hesitation, and not being afraid to address them. When you focus on understanding your customer, you show them that you genuinely care. That's where the trust is built, and trust leads to sales. These five habits have helped me build a successful sales career, and I know they can do the same for you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know which habit you're excited to try. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.